Now at 4, the radar is lit up with snow. Although it's falling lightly in most locations, we'll show you where we're seeing the biggest problems.
We're taking a live look at road conditions for your evening commute and what you need to know about staying warm.
The Colts preparing for the conditions in Denver. I'm Dave Calabro. Can they win in a high altitude in this high stakes game? That story's coming up next.
And what a year for Indy. The All-Star Game, the Eclipse, swimming trials, Taylor Swift, and now city organizers say, wait till next year. Ugh. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. And we start at 4 o'clock here looking live at the North Split in downtown Indianapolis. The snow, freezing, cold wind, and ice could make your evening drive a bit tricky, so keep an eye out for any potential slick spots. They are certainly out there. Thanks for watching 13 News at 4. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan in for Felicia today at 4. Kind of like a snow globe out there when you look like kind of that blowing around. Not a lot of accumulation. Our meteorologist Rob Ellis is here with more of today's weather impact.
Yeah, kind of a nuisance for most people. And it really is a dividing line between north versus south. South of the city, we do have some snow that's falling, but it's really north of the city where it's falling heavily enough that we're seeing some accumulation, and it is going to impact your travel. There you see it on the radar. Let me get it a little bit closer just to show you what we're looking at. I know right around the city, the radar returns don't look as impressive, and that's because the sensitivity here on the radar isn't able to pick up quite as much of that very light snow that's falling near the city. But you see, it's a good bit of coverage here for most of you north of Indianapolis. Really, it's a dividing line of almost Interstate 74. Everything north from there is likely seeing snow and will likely see some accumulation. It is falling relatively lightly, but it's been falling with enough intensity, and it's been falling for enough time that we have started to see some accumulation, and the temperatures are certainly cold enough that this is going to be accumulating on the roads, although treatment is certainly going to help. Here's your actual air temperatures, 20 degrees right now for Indy, but some of you, especially in some of those northern communities where the snow is falling, are into the teens right now. Still going to see effective treatment of the snow treatment that's going to be on the roads, assuming you have some, but the wind chills make it feel like it's into the single digits for some of you. Some of the wind chill reports not coming in because the wind hasn't been as much of a concern, but there is enough of a breeze out there that you are feeling that bite. Here's the thing. We're going to wrap most of this snow up within the next 3 to 4 hours or so. I think by 9 p.m. most of this will have lifted far enough to the north that Indianapolis won't see much, although we could still be seeing some snow in parts of Kokomo. But the trend here is to wrap this up over the next several hours as the temperatures drop back down to maybe into the upper teens or mid-teens. I do think that north of the city we could see about an inch of snow, give or take a half an inch either side of that. The city itself is likely going to see up to around a half an inch. Some of you are already there, but keep in mind that band of snow is drifting a little farther to the north. So keep that in mind. Low temperatures tonight are going to stay in the upper teens to low 20s. Let's talk traffic because we know that we do have some accumulations on the roadways, especially because the roadways are so much colder. The cold air has been in place, so it's not taking much for that little dusting of snow to accumulate. Let's go ahead and look at some of the road maps here. We'll look at what we're expecting. Let me go back to the map here just to show you that. Overall, it's the typical volume that we would expect with the average traffic for this time of day. We have seen the volume pick up. We do have one interstate very close to the south split. This is 70 southbound. Watch for that. I'll keep an eye on it if I have any more new information.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, starting to see some of those red spots, the gridlock in certain parts of the interstate system.
That's right. When you look at the traffic right now, and we have the temperatures that are really low right now, so we know it is and will remain slick out there. Marina Silver is back on the road today. And Marina, I understand that you're kind of north of the station right now along Meridian Street. What do you see right now?
Yes, we're on Meridian and Westfield Boulevard right now. And, we're definitely seeing the snow sticking to the ground and on cars. The sky is gray and cloudy. These flurries, you can see they're coming right at us right now. The Department of Public Works told me that they're going to have 80 crews working 12-hour shifts. They've been pre-treating the roads, and we're definitely seeing that. We're seeing it on the roads. That salt, make sure that keeps you from sliding around in conditions like this, definitely is on the road. So the temperature right now is about 25 degrees. but it feels a lot colder. You know, if you step outside, you're freezing. You need all of those layers just to be able to go outside. So if you're going to your cars, if you're leaving for any reason going outside, make sure you have layers, your jackets, scarves, gloves, and hats. And you're definitely going to feel the cold if you can even start your car for a little bit before you drive. Right now is also a really good time to make sure that you have your car packed with extra clothes, some water, non-perishable snacks, kitty litter. It might not get that bad to where you need it now, but you'll be better safe than sorry. So right now you're definitely seeing those flurries come down. You can see that in the cars in front of us. You can see some of the snow that's sticking to those cars. Right now we're not sliding around too much, but we are expecting it to get worse later on. Anne-Marie and Dustin will stay out here. We're going to let you guys know how the road conditions are doing.
All right, thanks so much, Marina. And our last visual there was near Kessler Boulevard and Meridian Street at this hour. Traffic, people heading home at 4:06. And don't forget, with our weather app, you can track any weather changes if you have the Live Doppler 13 weather app. You can also check out the weather blog put together by our meteorologists. All you have to do is download it. It is free and it's in your phone's app store.
All right, let's talk about the year that was, and then we're going to look ahead too. So 2024. Was without a doubt one of the biggest years for Indianapolis. Seemed like every month there was something new, right? We had concerts, we had sporting events, of course, even the once-in-a-lifetime Eclipse experience.
Yes, this is a year that certainly is going to be hard to top. You know, it was big for city planners, it was big for our sports teams, it was big for the media trying to cover it all. Well, tonight our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick sits down with one of the people who makes it all happen.
It was a calendar almost impossible to keep up with. Event after event.
Phew.
Just ask Andy Mallon, the director of the Capital Improvement Board. Besides putting on annual events,
you add just an incredible set of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that we've capitalized on.
Everything from the NBA All-Star Game, a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse, the U.S. Olympic swim trials, Indianapolis, Indiana, and 3 nights of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Each time rolling out the red carpet for hundreds of thousands of visitors.
Everybody gets the Indianapolis treatment, and it really is the reason we're able to repeat these sorts of events over and over and over again.
As for the biggest event, Mallon says it's a toss-up.
The media exposure you get from the NBA All-Star Game is really unmatched. As far as the number of people, number of eyes, the Taylor Swift shows were just incredible.
Now leaving many to wonder, can we do it again in 2025?
These are really hard records to break. These, all we can do is chase what we can chase, close what we can close, and be ready.
Already preparing for events like WWE Royal Rumble in February and the WNBA All-Star Game in July. All this as the city builds a new 38-story hotel with the 6th expansion of the convention center, allowing more events at the same time.
What's really interesting and cool about Indianapolis is we never say, no, we can't do that. We have a can-do attitude that says, if anybody can do it, we can.
Now working on an encore for 2025 that will continue to put Indy in the spotlight. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Lauren, thank you. We got to get to breaking news just into our newsroom. IMPD confirming they are on the scene of an officer-involved shooting.
This is a scene active right now on the southwest side of Indianapolis. This is near Washington Street and Lyndhurst Avenue. So certainly don't go to that area right now and let them do their investigation. Right now, we know that no officers are injured at this time.
We do have a crew on the way to the scene right now. Of course, we'll break in as soon as we get more information and share with you right here on 13 News and WTHR.com and our 13 News app.